Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, where we keep it real. Hey, April, darling, how are you?
I'm doing good, Keisha. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. And how about that halftime Super Bowl tonight? I love me some Mary, and then the Dr. Dre, and then the Eminem, and then the 50 Cent, and so 80s, and just so, how did you feel about it, sis?
Oh my goodness, Mary is just stunning. And did you see when she fell out? But I couldn't really hear everything when she fell out, but everybody was going crazy. It was the bomb, girl.
When she do no more drama, she's dope. When she do no more drama, she put all of her feelings and whatever she went through in her relationships, and she just puts her everything in no more drama. But with that being said, we're honoring and
She
acknowledging.
looks so young, her body.
Yes, oh God, is she in shape? Yes, she is. But she did the 1-2 thing though. Yeah, yeah, she looks good. Okay, so this tonight's segment, we're honoring and acknowledging Black History Month. So tonight we'll be talking about Black History Month and what it means to us, and and important people of Black History Month and that stuff. Okay, I have a little technical difficulty, but it's okay. Can you hear me, April? You can hear me, April?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Black History Month.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. So Black History Month, what does it mean to you? What do you think? Who's the first person that comes to your head when we say Black History Month?
Martin Luther King.
All right.
And you know why? He fought so hard for us, right?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. When it comes to me, the first person I think about, of course, is Martin Luther King too, and Rosa Parks, because I just love the Rosa Parks story, the way she just was how she stood her ground, and she was not moving out of her seat. Like she said, I'm already at the back of the bus. Like, what more you people want me to do? I'm not getting out my seat. And she took it to the fullest extent of the law, and they all made a difference. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, I think of Marcus Garvey, I think of Malcolm X. I don't know why I thought you would say Malcolm X first. But uh, you know,
Really? Because Malcolm X is my slide.
yeah, yes. So I
That's
think
my
about
girl.
yes, and when I
Yeah.
think about Black
Mm.
History Month, I just appreciate all my ancestors, all of the sacrifice that they did for us, all of the everything they did to make a difference for us, to get us where we are today. Like one person opened the door for a person to be able to be the first Black person to sleep in a hotel or go not have to go back door to get on stage to perform, or talk about Sammy Davis Jr. times, and James Brown times, and Lena Horne times, and Black people, how they, we just been through so much. So I appreciate, and then the ones that were hung, and the ones that were, ran away, enslaved, and I just appreciate the whole Black history thing. And I'm so grateful for all that they have done.
Yeah, and to add to that, I really feel like it's unfortunate, in a way that we have to have Black History Month, 1 month for us to celebrate our Blackness, when our Blackness is the greatest thing that happens to society every single day. We are, working people, we are giving to society like any other race, but we have this month. And don't get me wrong, this 1 month, it's great. We do what we need to do. But it's still part of that system where they just want to give us like that recognition for 1 month, and then after that we don't count. But we know in our hearts we count, but it's really crazy. But the thing that really resonates with me this month is our new Supreme Court justice that we're going to get soon, the first Black woman on the Supreme Court. And one of the main nominees is coming out of Michelle Childs, who's coming out of South Carolina. So that's really, really, really a great Black History Month celebration to me, celebrating her.
Yes, it
It's
is.
amazing.
Yes, it is. It's definitely amazing, and congratulations and kudos to her. It's definitely amazing. It's so amazing, and because of all that our ancestors have done for us, have made this day be possible. And like you said, it is a month and it is short, but you know what? Black History Month is every day for us. Just like Christmas is every day for us. Some, what I'm saying? Well, Christmas is every day in my house, whatever the case it be. Well, Black History Month is every day in here. So that is the truth. So with that being said, I just want to thank them.
Got it right.
That's right, for all that they do. And I want to talk about Chadwick, the first Black Marvel comic young man who passed away in 2020. Was it 2020?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Chadwick Boseman. He died last year.
Yes, Wakanda Forever. And he was just an amazing contribution to our Black history as well. May God rest his soul. But we just have a lot of amazing people. And I thank God for that. And that's just, a wonderful thing. Now, if there was something that you can change about today on this Black History Month, in this Black History Month time, what would you change, April?
I would change the voting rights, how they've tried to put us back in Jim Crow and, mess with our voting rights again. We're going back to the 60s where they really don't want us to vote. I would change that immediately, because every man has the right to his vote, and it's just becoming, really, really scary again. Every day I live in fear, and we've had the conversation a little bit, we touched on it,
right.
How are you going to take away our voting rights? They're creating in about 19, I want to say different states already, where they want to take the ballot boxes away. No more, remember souls to the polls, where most people voted on Sunday after church and all that. Right. Well, they want to take that away. They want to, not let you put your ballot into the post office anymore. It's just one thing after the other. And it's because of racism, and what kills me is that everybody hates Blacks, but you want to be Black. Everybody want to be Black. You get in the tin and, you go into the suntan places and you want to look like me, but you hate me so much. It just don't add up. None of it's just adding up. And I feel like the Senate, Congress and Senate, House of Representatives and the Congress, if you were my friend, like we are, and let's say I was a Republican, right? And you were a Democrat, I do not care. If I knew that you would not vote to uphold voting rights, I wouldn't speak to you no more because you're wicked. To me, you would be a wicked person, but you're hiding like a sheep in wolf's clothing. Wow. You're trying to act like you're okay, but when that bill comes to the floor, you will vote against it and you would not vote for voting rights, So that would be, a really serious thing that would end a lot of friendships to me in the House of Representatives, and I don't mean to be coy, but like we be talking about too, that fake thing, I ain't gonna be fake, because if we're friends, even though we might see things on different sides, we don't mess with the voting rights. That's everybody's right. It's like a birthright.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. And they're talking about, my thing is immigrations, people that are not legally here, or people that are not a citizen, actually, not being able to vote. How do you feel about that, since
Yeah, well, listen, you have to be registered to vote. Even if you're an immigrant and you're going through, like some of them have to wait to get a green card and those type of things. If you have a process, and America's going to put you through a proper process until you can become a voter, I'm okay with that. Now, but once you become a natural citizen, like the rest of us, then you can vote. Yeah,
anybody who pays taxes should be able to vote, because some of them are not already, their citizenship hasn't already went totally all the way through, but they have their work authorization and their visa, and they're working and they're paying taxes. So why can't they vote? That's just another way of, because
that's a great point.
Yeah, because the Republicans know that if they could vote, they're going to vote. They're going to stay in the Democratic favor. You understand? So I feel like if they halfway through the process and they have their visa and their work authorization and they're working and they're paying their taxes, why shouldn't they be able to vote? So you're right. They're trying to take this back. I mean, the Jim Crow laws and whatever they're trying to do. But every day we wake up, they're trying to do something else in this country. I mean, I don't even know. This country is changing so much. It's changing so much. It's just, it's really, really, you got to, eyebrow raising. It really is. You looking like, what's going to be next? Really. Now,
Well, no, what I feel about that is, we're talking about like Black History Month, and
right,
we're talking about the voting rights, which is more
right,
targeted towards the blacks, right?
right,
As
right,
far as immigration now, that's kind of like a whole different thing. Even though, some of them are here, but they're working illegally. They got over here illegally. They're
right,
voting illegally. I just feel like just to make things right, because anything is about the right path, the straight path, and doing
right,
things properly. They
right.
should be registered to vote. They should be registered as a U.S. citizen, and then nobody can take nothing from them. But if they
Exactly.
have not a green card and other things that they need to be legit, then it gives people
Well,
room to
I'm not
mess
saying,
with you. So
well,
if you
they could,
have those things in place, then you
well,
can vote.
when you have your work organization and your social, your green card, your application is being processed. So you're going to get the green card, I'm thinking, down the line, unless something goes wrong. But once you have your work organization, your social, your papers have went to immigration. If they sent the person that work organization and social, so they already paying taxes. So once you're paying tax, whatever, they should be able to go ahead and register to vote. So what I'm thinking that they're trying to say is until they get the actual green card, they shouldn't be able to vote. But my thing is, if you're paying taxes, why can't you vote? Am I wrong?
We're paying taxes, and they're trying to take it away from us too. So what,
Okay.
I just feel like
Okay.
everything
All
has
right. Well, I brought
a
that up
right
for a
way.
reason.
It's kind of like a driver's license. You can't go drive the car without a license.
No, but you can drive with a learner's permit to a certain extent. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
but you can't drive after 5.
Okay, well then they'll vote before 5.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, but
I'm just joking. But yeah,
yeah, not that I have anything against them. I just feel like because there's so much rhetoric
right.
around immigration too, there's so much rhetoric around them. Just try to just have everything in order. So when you go there, I'm a citizen. Yeah, I'm this. You got all your stuff together. That's all I'm saying. But I hear what you're saying though, because if I can pay taxes, why can't I vote?
I
Like that
mean,
does not make
and then
sense.
in the
But
process,
I'm just taking it to a little more
right.
of a push.
And then they're in the process of becoming a citizen. They're not no longer here illegally if they were here illegally because they're processing the papers to become a citizen of the country. So I'm not going to dwell on it, but I just feel like if they get their work organization and social and they're paying taxes, they should be able to vote. And they should be able to do a couple. They should be able to vote. But I brought up the immigration thing on just as another thought that I wanted to bring up about President Biden. Everyone is on him about him changing his way of going
Lord.
about what he's going to do about immigration. Wait a minute. But one thing that he did say, I understand that but you know what? This has been going on BC. Politicians are politicians, and then the ones that try to stick to the best of their to stick to their word to the best of their ability, you got to give them you got to respect them, got to respect their gangster. Okay, now with Biden, what he's saying is a lot of the immigrants are saying that they're fleeing their country because of bad government, uh, a lot of whatever's going on, rapings and no foods and just control, whatever the situation is in their country. So all Biden's saying, you know what, wait a minute, how about if I try to work with your government and fix things right, and so that y'all can stay in your own country and love your country and want to be in your country like we're in ours? What's wrong with that? I mean, how do you feel
Absolutely.
about
I heard about that too.
that, right? So what do you think? You think
I,
that's
I feel that that's really a great idea.
right? So then they should. So they're like eating him alive with that one. They're like, he's so. I understand. Like I said, that he said he was going to do another thing with the immigration once he got into office. But when sometimes when you sit back and think or whatever the case may be, he came up with a different scenario, and I don't see the harm with it. They saying that they love their country. So if you love, but the only thing is the money thing or this thing or that thing. So if you got our president trying to work with your president or your democracy and make it better for you where you are, and that's where you really want to be, and that's your native or where you know what I'm saying, we're born at, then what's the problem? Because now they like, oh, but he said he was going to do this. Oh, he said he was going to do that. And, but, just touching on the subject. Hey. So you feel like that is
Yeah, and like the other thing is about that's so weird is like I'll know somebody and they'll go, girl, I went to Mexico. It was so beautiful. I'm going to retire there. I'm like, what? You want to retire there? These fools is running from over there. You want to retire there? I guess you got to have your money right. But these are people who have really predominant jobs and who have saved, who have IRAs, who retirement pension. So they're saying, this is what I want to do. So I mean, like, you get kind of confused because you got these people running, but they're mostly poor people that are running and they're still oppressed, just like you got poor and oppressed here. But yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea that Biden has opposed to them to fix things a bit. Yeah,
I do too. I just thought it was a good idea. No disrespect, no nothing. But I just thought it was a good idea because at the end of the day, you do love your country. I'm thinking if you know what I'm saying, if the bad things are going on there and if the bad things can be changed and that's the only reason why you're fleeing, then so be it. If he can fix it and work with with your country's president, so be it. Let's see, or give it a try. If it don't work, you're welcome to come over here. Is what he's saying. You understand what I'm saying? So. Hey, with that being said, all right. So back to.
But I just want to piggyback off that for a minute.
No,
because if you want to get technical, you over there in Ukraine's business, spending millions of dollars. Inflation is going up. They're charging us like gas went back up again because we got to pay for the soldiers to go over there. So you can pay millions of dollars for them. Why can't you pay for oppressed people that you really know are coming across that border and are oppressed, and that their government ain't gonna make no deals? But good luck with that, though.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, that's true. Good luck with that.
I love that Red Morning Power Prayer Group.
Yeah, that's my I have a Morning Power Prayer Group on Facebook on social network. It's the name of the group is Morning Power Prayer Group, and on Facebook. If anyone interested, they can look up on every Wednesday morning. We say a prayer. We do a prayer line every Wednesday morning Eastern time at 10:30 a.m. I'll talk about that more, down the line. But yeah, thanks for liking the covers in the queue. Thank you so much. Thank you. I gotta send you one.
It's just adorable.
Thank you. Gotta have my tea.
I got mine already, but I didn't get it red.
Oh, yeah, red, right? Yeah. Thank you for your support always, sister. Thank you. I gotta get you the red one though. Okay, so. Back to Black History Month. Let's go back to Black History Month. Out of all of the Black history, like all of the musicians or whatever the case may be, who was your favorite musician back in the, like a Billie Holiday? I hope that wasn't your favorite when I took it from you, but who was your favorite musician?
Denise Williams.
Well, Denise Williams is still alive. You killing her off. She's still here.
Wow. Okay, well, you just asked me who was my favorite one. Well, she was one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. What did she sing?
I didn't know that. I didn't know she was still alive.
Yeah, she is. She's still alive. She's so long, but God bless, she is still here. Yeah, she did Silly, Because You Love Me, Baby, a couple of things. Yeah, she's still here. Well, mine was Billie Holiday. So usually for Black History Month, being that I'm my previous was a director of recreation at various nursing homes and adult daycares. So Black History Month, I used to go around to various nursing homes before COVID. I have done 3 shows since COVID, but Black History Month, I used to be booked. I used to have maybe 17 shows, maybe 18 to 25 shows for the month of February alone. Just going around doing a little Billie Holiday, Good Morning Heartache. And I even did a little Frank Sinatra, I Fell in Love. I mean, All of Me. And so Billie Holiday was one of my favorites because all the nursing homes I went to during Black History Month, the participants would be like, oh, can you sing, that one by, she sang Good Morning Heartache. Good Morning Heartache. I was like, oh, that's Billie Holiday. So I would dress up, like put my little thing in my little gardenia in my hair and come out and wish I forget you and do a little Billie Holiday for them and so on and so forth. So Billie Holiday is one of my favorite Black History Month songstress. I really love the geriatric.
Betty Wright is good too. Remember Betty Wright with
Wait, is she still alive? Wait, I don't know. She did Tonight Is the Night. Is she still here?
I don't think Betty Wright is right, but remember her.
Well, we already.
I'm not sure. I'm picking all these maybe alive, but this still.
I love Betty Wright too.
She's still my fave. So she was like,
Oh, okay. And who was your favorite activist and their favorite quote? Mine is Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream. Who was yours?
well, you know Malcolm X.
Right.
Now let me think about a favorite quote Malcolm X had.
His famous line was an eye for an eye.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh, okay. And what does that mean?
God is the greatest.
Oh, okay. Amen. All right. Amen.
Allahu Akbar means God is the greatest.
Oh, okay. I heard you. Oh, okay. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. I love Malcolm X too as well. He meant business. I can't. I dread the way he was assassinated in front of his wife and his children. I just think that was just disgusting. Disgusting. I watched a documentary on that about.
You know, the guy got out of jail.
Yeah. Well, I thought. Well, from what I saw in the documentary, the person that really did it was from Jersey, and they died about a couple of years back, but they were still living and doing whatever they got away from. Then they showed another picture of him by the armory and walking away like he got away with it or what have you. So they said the guys that went in jail really didn't do it. I don't know how true it is, but that's what the documentary was saying.
And they got out now. But look, what would y'all give those men for all of their life that y'all took? How could you repay them?
You can't, because
how could society repay them?
Exactly, because
right.
Jail does a mental thing to a person, especially when you're in that box. The solitary stuff just mentally messes you up. Your freedom, your manhood, your family, your everything. I don't know no amount of money that can take to make up for that. So you do agree with the documentary, though they were not the ones who did it. The ones that were released, they weren't the ones who assassinated.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Oh, wow. So then they were saying that a person...
They weren't the ones. They weren't the ones.
Wow. And that is so
sad. And then
sad.
the guy died that was the killer. He died here about a year ago?
Right, remember? I think 2 years ago. Right, that's what I saw in the documentary. He was in Jersey and he had changed his life. It was running a teenage youth center. He was doing some of everything out there in New Jersey. And then by the time they tracked him down to reveal that he was the real killer, so I guess trial him and put him in jail, whatever, he had already died. I said, wow. And then these other men sitting there 22 years.
Yeah, that sucker died.
Yeah, 22 years and 25 years and didn't even do it. That's just so sad. That's just so sad. So sad. That's another thing about black youth. Half our men will go to jail for half the stuff that they didn't do, and then the other half that they did do, but don't deserve to get that much of a punishment for what they did do. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just sad. It's just sad. But I think that we've come a long way as African American people. We have come a long way, thanks to our ancestors and those who fought for us and now activists and abolitionists and all of that. We have come a long way, but we still do have a ways to go. We still do have a ways to go. And I just,
we still have a ways to go. And that's really, really sad. That's really, really sad. And even we discussed last week, we can finally know, and we still don't know all of it, but we know the fear, at least some of the fear that they felt when they faced death almost every single day of their lives, whether they talk too loud, walk too hard, breathe too much, with COVID.
Good, yeah.
And now trying to take us back to Jim Crow.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I watched the Emmett Till, the one his mom did. Is it on Netflix or Hulu? One of them, the Emmett Tills. And I wasn't going to watch it because I was like, I can't,
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, and I watched it. I tuned out when it came to the parts of the torture and all of that type of stuff. But I just couldn't understand. Well, I understand because back then they was a little, whatever. But I couldn't understand how the uncle knew the situation and had a day or two, or they knew, after the kid, 2 days, they should have got Emmett out of where Mississippi. And then the mother coming from Mississippi, moving up to Chicago, because knowing how hard it was down there, how prejudiced they were, so on and so forth. You could have begged me till the sun came up. You wasn't going down there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You wasn't going down there. But unfortunately, what happened. I know she, I'm not saying nothing in the
You
next,
think?
but it was just too much. So this is like this time of the month too, Black History Month. I kind of like to watch a lot of like the Roots and Sounder and this, that, and the third, just to show my appreciation of the struggles and trials and tribulations that our people have come through for me to be able to do the things that I do here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? And also,
can I make you laugh real quick?
Yeah, of course you can.
Let me make you laugh real quick.
Of course.
Sounder, they used to feed Sounder anything. And Sounder ate, if they had cornbread, he ate cornbread.
Ate cornbread, yeah.
Now, when you feed a dog,
oh, they'd be like, don't get my dog
and now,
But I heard that if you get
people don't want to, they got all these. He has an allergy. Sounder ate anything. What kind of dog allergy could what? It's just ridiculous.
A girlfriend of mine said, if you feed a dog chocolate, the dog could die. I don't know. Maybe it's just her dog.
Yes. But I always think about Sounder. Because they do Sounder chocolate, they do anything, whatever they had.
Chicken bone,
they had this
whatever they had, Sounder had. That's right. Those are the good old-fashioned Southern days, or whatever the case may be. Yes, he did. Sounder ate. I mean, he might eat anything. Yeah,
I've heard that too. That dogs can't eat chocolate.
Yeah,
I've heard that too. That they can't eat chocolate. Whatever.
I heard it'll kill them if they eat chocolate. I don't know how true it is. I said I was gonna investigate that, but yeah, that's what I heard.
Me too. I've heard that too. But I can't believe it. A dog can eat anything, girl, bye.
Yeah, but it won't upset. Well, I thought certain things would upset their stomach because their intestines are like it depends on the size of the dog. But like if it's a small dog, their intestines is a certain size. And it probably will mess around with rupture. I don't know. I had one dog in my life and it was a Great Dane and her name was Kimball. And I loved her to death. And after that, I was like, when they leave, we moved to another residence and they didn't accept dogs. And that dog had to go with my soup of the old and honey. Holy, I looked at, oh God rest her soul, mommy, I love you. She up there watching our show. I looked at my mother like, how could you do this to me? Because I loved my dog, April. I was like, oh my God. Right in the 1100 Grand Concourse. I love, because after we left 1100, we went down to Taino's. You couldn't have dogs there. So I had to leave Kimball behind. I was like, oh my goodness. But but yeah, so Sounder did eat everything. Yes. I
had a great dog too. His name was Max. He used to walk me to the train station on 167th Street in the Grand Concourse. And when I got home, he'd be back home.
Really?
He was like a hound. He could, dogs are very smart. They can smell their way. They can track anything.
Yeah.
This dog loved me world without end. But he was so bad. He was a bad dog. His name was Max.
Wow, especially German Shepherd. Mine was a Great Dane. What kind of dog was Max?
I really don't know his breed, but I think he was a Great Dane too. He was brown. He wasn't very fat, and he was just smart as a whip. He can go anywhere and come back home. And I used to be flabbergasted by Max, really.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, Sounder would eat it.
He used to walk me. I'm talking about walk me down to the train station, key.
Wow.
Walk me to the train station on 167th Street. Walk me down to the tunnel.
He sounded like one of those dogs that the handicapped use. They so smart. They lead them all around the I don't want to say a CNI dog. One of those. You know what I'm saying? That help the handicapped people or whatever. Because smart dogs, very smart. But yeah, Sounder did eat everything. So back to me with the just watching all of the movies, just appreciating, where I'm at, where we came from, or where we at today, whatever the case may be, and just wishing, just praying that I know that souls are resting so lovely, or whatever the case may be. And did you get to visit the museum in Washington, the African American, the new one? Thank God I got to visit it before COVID. The one in Washington?
No.
Oh, you got to visit. Oh, they
Oh,
showed.
wow. How was that?
It was beautiful. They showed a whole Nat Turner. Okay, first of all, when you get there, you got to start from the basement because it starts like 1908, and then it just go as you go up, up. The years go up. Then they showing like films, and then I took a picture with Harriet Tubman statue, and oh my God, and
Oh, that must have been amazing.
it was amazing. They had a little area. Then they came over to Obama and Michelle, and they had a little thing for Obama and for the presidents, and Obama, Michelle, and all the presidents before that. Just African American, Obama, Michelle, and it was just beautiful. It just told all the slave stories, and then the Nat Turner story, and then the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad story, which happens to be one of my favorite stories in the world. That's what I want to say, but that's for last. Harriet Tubman. I love the Underground Railroad, how she came back and got her people, and oh my God, and led them to freedom. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched them all during the Black History Month. Well, not all, as many as I can, but I saved Harriet Tubman for last. Because I just love that Harriet Tubman story. She was just amazing, wasn't she?
Oh, freedom.
Freedom.
Oh, freedom.
Freedom.
Over me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Yes, I love me some Harriet Tubman because she would take them right in that water.
In the water, God's are gonna trouble the water.
I didn't know you had such a beautiful
man.
Wow. All right.
Oh, please.
You sound
Stop
beautiful. Yes, you did.
No.
Oh, wow. So I just want to say thanks everyone again for watching. Black History Month is just something special to me. So I just really wanted to, take this segment just to talk about Black History Month, just to touch bases and, how much we appreciate it. And we know that it could be long. And like I said, it's every day in my house. So it is what it is, and let it do what it do.
It's every day in my eyes too, sis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got that right.
Exactly. Yes, it is.
And I just can't stop posting something good about it because it's just so beautiful. It's just so. I know the people is tired of us.
No, it's okay because
because you ever see another laugh. You ever see you ever see like the sorority bands or the bands in college, and they'll have like a step show, or they'll have the bands. And they had this funny thing on YouTube where the white bands come out and they go boop, 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 boop. And when we come out, baby, we be boop, 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 boop.
I'm like, woo!
I mean, we can, yeah.
But we known for our dancing, baby.
And we just a mess,
Yeah, and we known for our dancing, baby. We are known for our dancing. What? We come. One thing about Black people, we gets down for the crown, honey. Remember James Brown, how he used to do it?
Even when I be watching these TikToks.
We go up to TikTok. Go ahead, baby.
Even when I watch the TikToks, when the kids first started, they be like this with the TikToks. You know your granddaughter when they be.
Right.
And I'll be like, well, wait. Okay. And I don't want you to do that because it's all about.
Yeah.
Which I think is so whack.
Yeah. Oh God.
Sold into that.
Oh yes. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, we're known for our dances. I mean, come on, we got Sammy. Who was it? Wasn't it the Twin Tap Dance Brothers? Who were they? I forgot. Oh my God. Anyway, we are known for our dances, our dancing. James Brown, Michael Jackson. Who else? Remember back the Temptations, the Four Top things to do their little dances. I know I used to be right in the mirror doing them with them. I used to be watching American Bandstand or either Soul Train with Don Cornelius. And they'd be on there doing their little dances.
Oh my God, American Bandstand. Remember American Bandstand?
Yes, I do. We're getting hopping today on that bandstand. Yeah, but Soul Train. Soul Train line. And they used to do a little dance.
Oh, Soul Train was the best. Soul Train was the best.
Soul Train. I used to love Soul Train, Soul Train. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. What? I used to love all
And
of
Don Cornelius with that beautiful
that
voice.
beautiful voice and that afro. Those were the days, man. I used to love the 80s and the late 70s and the 80s and go outside and play double dutch and oh God, kick the can and roundo, roundo, 1, 2, 3 now.
You know, kid, speaking of that, you know, I was talking to Sarah and
Right?
she was like, Mommy, what did you do when you were young? And do you realize, Key, when we in 1966, we were babies. When, you know,
Right.
the civil rights had just really started, we were
Exactly.
little babies in that.
Right, right.
So we don't really have the memory, but we were there because that was at the brink of when everybody was changing in
Exactly.
1965, 66. That's when we were born.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Isn't
think
that amazing? And I
It
really
is
don't have that
amazing.
much to share with Sarah.
But when we were born, I think that's when it was still
Because we
Jim
were
Crow
kids.
laws. It was still Jim Crow laws in 66, but they were starting to interact with
Yes.
schools and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we came like right at the tip, the beginning, the tip of the ending of it, I'm thinking. How would what we came, yeah, because we came, it was all going on,
And-
Martin Luther King was going on and all of that was going on, but we were babies. So the 70s.
Exactly. And we don't remember that, but we've been through it. We went through that with our
But we did
parents,
go through
but
it.
we were kids.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. That by the time the 1970s got here, everything was integrated, if I'm not mistaken.
Or trying to get there.
Trying to get there.
Trying to get there.
And that's when we lived at home.
And then we were still only what, like 5, 6?
You're like
we were 5 years old then, or 4.
Yeah, I can remember being 7 years old in Harlem, back in 1972, 73, and going trick-or-treating. And vaguely, and just remember like everybody outside, the dope fiends, the this fiend, the hustlers, with the big brim hats back in the day, you know what I'm saying, the long maxi coats, and you go by the hustle.
The number runners. Don't forget the number runners.
$10, yet the number runners, they put $10.
Remember when the number man used to come to the house?
Yep, and take the numbers. Yes, talk about some Black history. What?
Remember when the number man used to come to the house?
Yes.
Key.
Yes.
Remember when the number man used to come to the house and take the numbers of your mother or your grandmother?
Yes, can you hear me? Yes, that's some Black history right there. When the number man used to come to your house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or my grandmother used to yell around. Right? Go to the number hole, see if the number hole, so see if the second number was. And I say, Grandma, it's 13. She'd throw $2 out the window. 8 for $2. I was like, Lord. So one time I wanted some ice cream.
No, for real.
One time I wanted some ice cream real bad. And she threw $2 out the window for me to play her something. And I ate the ice cream and I was like, oh my God, what if it come out? Where am I going to get it? What to tell you? Child, I tell you, my heart was beat out my chest because my grandmother didn't play, baby. Grandma ain't take no mess. I went around the corner. I kept peeking in there. It wasn't out yet. I kept peeking in there. It wasn't out yet. It came out and I think she wanted to play a 5 and it was a 4. But anyway, I was like, whoo, but I bet you I never did that again. I said, it's not worth it. It's not, that was some Black history right there.
No, man, I remember when we used to have a quarter.
Right. And go a long way with the quarter. Yes. What? Go to the candy store.
Oh my God. I remember with a quarter, we'd have like a whole bag of candy.
Yes. I have a Chico stick, a Tootsie Roll, a Mary Jane, and a bowl, and a little super bubble gum thing.
Now later.
And now and later. Those are my
now later.
Yeah, Apple. Ooh. Yes, I do. Yes. Talk about
some Black history for you.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Come a long way.
Come a long way. I'd be outside and just playing and come a long way. We came a long way in a good way and then back now like in a bad way because nowadays these kids, they can't do nothing. It's horrible. It's horrible. The community don't stick together like it used to. Because back when we were coming up, the community stuck together. And if so-and-so saw you doing something, it would pop you or tell you whatever. And then tell your mother by the time you got home, you already knew what you was going to get when you got there. It's different now. Now somebody, you say some of these kids, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, Lord have mercy. It's just terrible now. It's terrible.
But don't forget, you used to could get a beating by the neighbor. The neighbor could beat you,
That's what
and
I
your
said.
parents
Yes, you
wouldn't get
could.
mad.
Yes, you could. And in school by the teacher. What? Let your parents tell the teacher, if she or he act up, you can get that ruler. Talk about some history.
Not no more. Kids be ready to shoot you. These kids got a gun in school now. They want to shoot you, baby.
I'm like, Lord have mercy. You scared to say anything to them. They just curse and carry on. Well, before COVID, on the buses and the trains, before COVID, I just ride little transportation sometimes. And I say, I'm not going to get on there at a certain hour of the day because they get out of high school and them high school kids telling the other girls on the bus, suck my you private parts. And she laughing like it's funny and this and that. And then he pulling the next cat. I was like, well, wow. Like, whoa, where's the raising coming from now? Wow. Like, who's raising you? Mm-mm. Yes, indeed. So, girl, we're chatting tonight. Let's talk about it. We was discussing Black History Month and just remembering things of us being children, as African-American children, and, you know, just how the world is changing. And this is my second century I'm living in now. I was born in the 20th century and I'm in the 21st century now. I'm happy
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it is.
A lot of folks didn't make it.
A lot of folks did not make it. Yes, no, they did not. Anyway, also at the end of the segment or either underneath the taping, the Instagram Q&A information so that y'all can ask questions or, you know, just say, you know, make statements, opinions, how you like the show, or if you want to ask any questions, the information should be underneath or either after the show, but it will definitely be up there. And it's going to be on Instagram. Let's put questions and answers. Let's talk about it. I want to thank everyone that's watching the show. I love my girl April for being on the show and doing this with me.
Love you back.
And happy Black History Month to all of us and everyone. Anything else you want to say, Abe?
Happy Black History Month, y'all.
All right.
I just want to say happy Black History Month. No, and we have to pray for change. We have to pray to God to really help us and aid us. We're going through some tough times.
Yes, we are. We really are. We're going through some tough times. And unfortunately, we are. And hopefully, things get better. And all we can do is pray. Have faith in God, have faith in Allah. All we can do is pray. I say faith will get you a long way. It has gotten us a long way.
I mean.
The praise and the singings and those songs. And I love them old slave songs. They was out in the cotton fields and, you know, all of those that got them through the day because they always sang and they always praised God. They always praised God and sang and hoped and knew that there would be a better day. And, you know, it's today. It's a little better.
And they hated that. They wanted to shut them up when they was doing that.
They didn't know if they wanted to shut them up or bring them up to sing for them for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They was something else. They didn't know if they wanted Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah. Because they could sing them songs. Oh, Lord have mercy. I loved it. And it would get them through the day and get them through their labor and it would let them know, I don't care what you're doing, my God will get me through this. Amen. Amen. All right, so with that being said, like I said, the information for Q&A, questions and answers and opinions will be either at the end of the segment or either underneath Instagram. It's Let's Talk About It. And feel free to ask anything you want. No question will be unanswered. And see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.
See you next week. Love you.
Love you more.